It may sound strange, but this is exactly what women love. And I want to say this very clearly from the beginning. If you do not understand what I am about to explain in the next few minutes, you will keep feeling confused, you will keep feeling frustrated, and you will keep asking yourself the same painful question. Why does she pull away exactly when I try harder to get closer? Because the truth is simple, but it hurts. What you believe works is usually the same thing that destroys your chances. Yes, it sounds strange, yes, it feels uncomfortable, and yes, it may even feel unfair, but women do not fall in love for the reasons most men believe. And here is the craziest part. What truly attracts them is something most men never practice, because it feels opposite to what seems right, kind, or correct. So listen carefully. If you want a woman to look at you with desire, respect, and real interest, you must do something most men are afraid to do. Something that looks cold, something that feels distant, something that may even appear insensitive. Yet this is exactly what activates deep attraction inside her. And before you think, this is manipulation or that cannot be true, let me be very clear. What I am about to explain is not a trick, it is not a game, it is not acting, it is psychology, it is human biology, it is social behavior. And whether you like it or not, it works. It works because today I am going to explain what women love, even though they almost never say it openly. I am going to show you the silent mistake that most men make without realizing it. I am going to reveal the behavior that changes you from just another option into the man. And I am going to give examples that make everything very clear. After this, you will look at women and at yourself in a completely different way. 1. The mistake almost every man makes. This is where things become uncomfortable. Because if you are listening to this, there is a high chance you are making this mistake right now. And this mistake comes from one place. The need to please, the need to win her approval, the need to prove you are a good man. Always attentive, always available, always caring, always there. And when a man does this, it feels logical. If I treat her well, she will stay. If I give her everything, she will choose me. If I'm kind and supportive, I will be better than other men. That sounds reasonable, but the reality is harsh. The more you try to convince a woman, the less value she feels from you. Why? Because the human mind works in a very specific way. Anything that tries too hard to be accepted loses attraction. Yes, it hurts to hear. Yes, it feels unfair, but it is real. Here is the most common example. A man texts her all day. He replies in seconds. He makes plans she did not ask for. He offers help she did not request. He apologizes even when nothing is wrong. He becomes anxious when she replies slowly. From his point of view, he is showing care. From her point of view, something else is happening. She feels no challenge. She feels no emotional pull. She feels no tension. Slowly, without knowing why, her attraction fades. Not because he is bad, not because he is rude, but because he removed mystery, strength, and balance. And this is where most men lose without knowing what went wrong. What she feels is insecurity. She may not say it, she may not even understand it clearly, but she feels it. Here is another common example. A man says, "I always treat women like princesses." It sounds nice, it sounds respectful, but what does she feel? She feels that he wants approval. She feels that he needs validation. She feels that he gives too much too early. And this is where attraction slowly dies, not because she is cruel, not because she is heartless. It is instinct. A woman is not attracted to a man who revolves around her. She is attracted to a man who revolves around his own life, his goals, his purpose, his direction, and she wants to be invited into that world. That difference is everything. Most men think more effort brings better results, more messages, more attention, more compliments, more availability. But with women, more usually means less attraction, less respect, less desire. When you give attention as if it has no value, she learns to see it the same way. When you act like she is the prize and you are competing, you place yourself below her without saying a word. And if you continue, you remain invisible. The uncomfortable truth is this: women are not looking for a man who sacrifices himself. They are looking for a man committed to himself. 2. The uncomfortable truth. What they truly love. Now we reach the core. What women love, even though they rarely say it, is this: a man who does not need their approval. That sounds strange, because most men were taught the opposite. Be nice, show interest, be available, put her first. But what truly attracts a woman is a man who can move forward without applause, a man who does not try to look perfect, a man who does not bend to please, a man who can say no, a man who does not panic if she replies late. This is not cold behavior, this is not arrogance, this is emotional independence. And emotional independence is powerful. Why? Because it sends a message without words. I have a life, I have direction, I have purpose, but I want you, but I do not need you. That energy changes everything. A woman feels safe, she feels curiosity, she feels respect, because she knows this man is not empty. He is moving forward, and she can choose to walk beside him. That choice creates desire. 2 men ask the same woman out. The first man waits nervously. He checks his phone again and again. If she says yes, he cancels all plans. If she says no, he feels broken. The second man asks calmly. If she says yes, great. If she says no, he continues his life. Who is more attractive? The second man, always, because emotional stability is attractive. It shows strength, it shows confidence, it shows control. 3. Why this works. The psychology first. Value. What is rare feels valuable. What is always available does not. A man with purpose, discipline, and focus is naturally attractive, not because he ignores women, but because he is full. Second, emotional contrast. Attraction is not created by comfort alone, it is created by contrast. Not drama, not games, but difference. When a man is too predictable, everything feels flat. But when he has his own pace and priorities, curiosity appears. Attraction grows in uncertainty, not certainty. 4. The power of calm strength. This is not about acting cold. This is about calm strength. Calm strength means you don't need to prove anything. You don't explain your value. You don't demand attention. You live your life. You speak calmly. You move with purpose. You don't rush emotionally. And when something does not align with you, you walk away quietly. No anger, no drama. That is what women feel. That is what they respect. That is what creates attraction. This is the biological game of emotional leadership. Women are naturally attracted to men who are emotionally stable because emotional stability creates a feeling of safety. Safety creates trust, and trust creates desire. A man who panics easily, a man who constantly looks for reassurance, a man who changes who he is just to be liked, does not feel safe. He feels uncertain. He feels nervous. He feels emotionally weak. And this triggers a silent warning inside a woman. If a man does not trust himself, her mind quietly asks important questions. How will he lead a relationship? How will he stay strong during problems? How will he stay calm when emotions rise? How will he support me emotionally when things get hard? This is why emotional stability matters more than sweet words. Words can be said, stability is felt. Third, the evolutionary reason. For thousands of years, the men who survived were not the men who needed approval from others. They were men who could stand alone, men who made decisions, men who stayed firm under pressure, men who did not collapse emotionally when things went wrong. Those men were respected, those men were followed, those men were chosen, and those men were desired. Biology did not disappear. The world changed, society changed, technology changed, but instinct did not change. Attraction to a confident, self-directed man is not logical. It is instinctive. A woman does not sit down and calculate attraction. She feels it. Sixth, keep your standards you also choose. You are not grateful just because she replied. You do not fall in love over small gestures. You do not lose balance because she delayed a message. You decide who deserves your energy. Standards protect self-respect. Seventh, control emotional reactions. If something bothers you, you do not explode. You do not dramatize. You do not lose control. You speak calmly, clearly, directly. A man who controls his emotions controls attraction. The truth at the end, women do not love cold men. They love complete men, stable men, confident men, men with direction. They love a man who can give affection without desperation, companionship without dependence, interest without need. Yes, it sounds strange, but it is true, because when you stop needing approval, you stop acting. You live from your center. You build calm strength. You develop emotional independence. And here is the irony. When you stop trying to be liked, you become attractive. When you stop chasing attention, you receive it. When you stop adapting to women, women begin adapting to you. Final example. An emotionally dependent man reacts to everything she does. An emotionally independent man builds a world she wants to be part of. She feels it. She senses it. She recognizes it. And it attracts her in a way no gift, no sweet message, and no fake politeness ever could. Oh, this is the secret. The attention of a confident man is a privilege, not something cheap. And women value privilege. If you made it this far, you are already ahead of most men. But if you apply this, you enter the rare group. The men they remember. Yes, it feels uncomfortable. Yes, it sounds strange. But this is exactly what women love. Not games, not fake confidence, not empty attention. They love calm strength, silent confidence, self-worth that does not ask for approval. Fourth, the law of contrast. Today, most men are desperate for female attention. They chase likes, they chase replies, they chase emojis, they chase validation. Their mood goes up and down based on a message. So when a woman meets a man who does not play this game, her mind pauses. She starts thinking, what does he have? Why doesn't he behave like the others? Why isn't he trying so hard? That difference creates curiosity, and curiosity is the beginning of attraction. Fifth, the power of mystery. This is not about acting distant. This is not about pretending to be cold. This is about having a life. It means your priorities are not social media. It means your day is not controlled by messages. It means your energy is invested in growth, not attention. When a woman feels that a man has a purpose bigger than her, she wants to be part of that purpose. A simple example. A man obsessed with winning a woman texts her all day. He replies instantly. He waits. He hopes. He watches his phone. A man focused on himself can say, I'll reply later, I'm training. We'll talk later, I have work to do. Not today, another day. These sentences send a powerful message. You have a life, she can join it or not, and that freedom is exactly what attracts her. Now the real question, how do you apply this without looking fake? This is where most men fail, because they think it is about pretending, about acting tough, about ignoring her on purpose. That behavior is obvious, and honestly, it looks weak. The real solution is becoming a man who does not depend on a woman to feel valuable, a man with direction, a man who respects his time, a man who builds his body, his mind, and his purpose. When you become that man, you do not need techniques. Your presence speaks for you. Real ways to apply this in daily life? First, build a life worth protecting. If your calendar is empty, if you have no goals, no routine, no direction, she will feel it. She will sense that you put her on a pedestal. because there is nothing else in your world. Fill your life, train your body, work on your projects, improve your skills, read, go out, build something, become a man with a path. A woman is not attracted to a man who is waiting. She is attracted to a man who is moving forward. Second, respond from calm, not anxiety. If she takes time to reply, you do not change your behavior. You do not complain. You do not ask, "Are you upset?" You do not panic. Your world stays the same. Your emotions stay stable. That calm sends a strong message. I am grounded. I am not shaken. Third, say no when needed. Sometimes the most attractive word is no. For example, "I can't today. I already have plans." This shows discipline. This shows priorities. This shows self-respect. A man who never says no looks available. A man who knows when to say no looks valuable. Fourth, speak with intention. Do not send messages just to stay relevant. Do not text from boredom or fear. Say things that matter. Say things with meaning. Say things that add value. Silence is better than meaningless noise. Fifth, do not buy attention. Many men give gifts, favors, and effort not from desire, but from expectation. They want a reaction. They want validation. That destroys attraction. True generosity is attractive. Buying attention is not.